Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, where today I'm doing this eyeshadow look using these two palettes from BH Cosmetics. These palettes go so well together, they're like peanut butter and jelly. I'm going to be chatting a little bit about all of the pre-filming that I've been doing because I'm about to have a baby and I wanted to get videos in the queue. And it's just going to be a quick chatty video, pretty eyeshadow look. If you're interested in seeing that, then just stick around. If you've never been here before, hey there, my name is Rachel and I'm a homeschooling stay-at-home mom. I so enjoy playing with eyeshadow, particularly colorful eyeshadow, and I upload many videos every week. They're all eyeshadow related, so if you like that sort of thing, you're in the right spot. I do hope that you will consider liking and subscribing before you go. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss new content, and let's get rolling with this video. In today's look, I want to combine two of my favorites from BH Cosmetics, Passion in Paris and Blueberry Muffin. These palettes are really good companions for one another. Passion in Paris is a lot deeper, smoky. You can do a lot of really great, very dramatic looks with this one, but it has a couple lighter shimmers as well. It's got the red and purple, deep blue and green tones. And then Blueberry Muffin is much lighter scale in general. It's a lot cooler schemed as well. You got a couple browns, lots of blues, one or two neutrals, and a lot of much lighter toned shimmers. So they're not super different from each other, although there are some differences in color, but the formula is excellent. And I don't know if I've combined these before. I may have, and if I did, it was a while ago. So I just wanted to do it again, you know, shopping my stash, having fun with what I've got. So I've already primed my eyes using the Glamlight Icing Primer. I'm gonna zoom in and get going. I don't actually have a plan for today. I know that I want to use some of the lighter tone shimmers from Blueberry Muffin. Aside from that, I'm not totally decided, so I'm kind of just taking this as I go. I'm gonna start with a dense blending brush and take the shade Sacré-Cœur from Passion in Paris. This is a light purple matte, it's really pretty. And I'm gonna put this in my inner crease. I am so proud of myself because while I'm filming this video, I'm 38.5 weeks pregnant, but I have been doing a lot of pre-filming. You guys might know my husband was out of town for most of January, and I tried to do like 2 videos a day where I could, so that I could just have videos uploaded and in the queue, so that when I go on maternity leave, which could be any day, I still have videos that are being uploaded. And it's not important in that you guys are not gonna expect that I'm gonna take a break when I have a baby. The idea is I wanted content uploaded so that I can still have this community and still feed into this hobby a little bit, even when I'm not able to do my eyeshadow at all or take the time to film or edit or whatever. You know, when I've got a new baby in my arms and my body is recovering and I'm laid in bed for a few days, that's the time when I'm really gonna feel like I really want some community and to be able to talk to my friends about a common interest. So I was hoping that having some videos being posted even while I'm not able to film will still give me that outlet. You know, I have been working hard on doing a lot of pre-filming. I used up a lot of my my video ideas to create content, and at this point I have an entire month of videos planned out in my queue, ready to go between this date, which is February 9th or something, 8th, whatever today is early February. I have videos scheduled out through the beginning of March. So that covers everything between now and my due date, and it covers 2 weeks after my due date. Because I have no plan at all for this look, I'm kind of winging it, going as I feel. I'm going to take a denser blending brush from e.l.f. and grab the darkest green matte in this Paris palette. It's called Tuliere. I'm probably mispronouncing that. I'm sorry, French-speaking people. I don't have much French training. This is a super dark matte. It's kind of got a tealy sort of base to it. And I'm putting this in my outer corner. It has a lot of blue though, and when I pair it with the purple, it's gonna pull out some more of those blue tones. So this is Tuliere. I don't think I'm saying that right. I'm sorry. French is such a beautiful language. Anyway, so yeah, I have done a lot of pre-filming and I'm very proud of myself because it's like 3 to 5 videos a week for the next month. That's kind of a lot, you know? Good for me. Pat myself on the back. I'm now grabbing a looser and slightly larger blending brush. I want to take the neutral shade in here called Champs-Élysées and put this on the very edge of both of these colors to just soften them and help them transition into nothing. Now, I'm not going to do this in giant windshield wiper motions across both colors because that's going to pull the blue onto the purple and also make the inner crease and inner corner much darker than I want it to be. Also, I think if I do that, it's going to start turning green, which will not be a good thing. So I'm just putting this on the edge of the blue and softly buffing it out in the shape that I like, which if you don't remember, is concentric circles, smaller and smaller and smaller in a general outward V cat eye sort of thing like that. So that's what I'm doing with the neutral color over top of the blue first. And once I'm happy with that blend, I will color switch my brush and go back into Champs-Élysées and put that on the purple side of things. Okay, so I really want to play with the Blueberry Muffin shimmers now, and I have no plan for this look. This is taking shape as I go. I intended to use a red or berry tone in the outer corner, but then that blue was sort of drawing me in, and so far it in no way matches my outfit, but I don't even care. I am going to take a flat brush and grab some of the shimmers in Blueberry Muffin. I'm going to start with the shade Crumble, which is one that I don't think I've used very much lately, and after it's on my brush, I'll spray it. So Crumble, I'm going to place in, it's going to be at the upper half of the inner crease, like this. Usually I just go, you know, the whole lid space, but I want to divide the lid up a little bit today. So I'm placing this kind of on top of the purple a bit, but I'm keeping the area below it clean because I'm going to add in other shimmers there. If you hear any noise in the background, that's my kiddo getting herself some cereal. No problem. She was up at 4:15 this morning, and my husband, who was up studying, he's like, no, go back to bed. Last night, we moved the toddler over to my older daughter's room, so they officially share a room now. It's a big step. We tried to build bunk beds, and I think I mentioned in a previous video that we had lost the hardware for the second bunk. I had to send off to the factory in China to get the hardware. Anyway, her room was all disassembled, her mattress was on the floor, and we thought, well, let's put the toddler with her, and maybe they'll snuggle and sleep together. I'm taking the same brush now and grabbing the shade Yummy, which is more of a mauve-toned shimmer, and I will spray this after it's on my brush. And this I'm putting underneath of that white shimmer that I just laid down. So we thought that they would snuggle, and that didn't go great. I mean, it was a big transition, the toddler moving from crib to a different bed in a different room and sleeping with her sister. I knew it wasn't going to be a very smooth transition. So that was a little bit rough, and we ended up putting her back in her crib for that night as we figured out a second plan. The second plan was, okay, the hardware arrived. My daughter and I spent 2 hours yesterday putting the bunk bed up, and then we don't have a second mattress yet. So we put the pack and play inside the base of the lower level of the bunk bed, like inside the framework. And now my older daughter is sleeping on the top level, and the little one can sleep in her pack and play underneath. So she's in her new room. Her sister's still there, but not in the same bed. And she's still contained like she was in her crib, so I think she feels more secure and safe. Last night went much better. It was still a bit of a journey getting her to settle down because this room was different, and there was a little bit of light peeking through the window because of a parking lot outside, so it wasn't quite as dark as the room that she's used to. And of course, new environment, and we had just put up this big bed, and it was all very new for her. But she did really well. When I went to bed last night, I went and checked on my girls, and it was just such a sweet moment to have two daughters sharing a room and sleeping in a bunk bed, because we never expected to have any kids. And then when we did have our oldest daughter, we had a 9-year gap of losses and miscarriages and silence. And it was just really sweet to, you know, to go in and give them kisses goodnight and to see them all snuggled up in their own little space. And it brought me back to when I was a child and I shared a bunk bed with my sister. It was just really sweet. That was nice. And finally, again, no plan. I want to take this brush and play with the shade Tempting within the Blueberry Muffin palette. I'm just going to put this right on top of where this mauvey shimmer meets the blue mattes. It's going to help transition into the color of the blue. Shimmer blends very happily with other shimmer. If you have like a stark contrast between your shimmer and your matte color, just try to find a shimmer that is more like your matte color. Put it between the two where the lines meet, and that'll help you transition one to another. So here's the shade Tempting, which is actually very pretty. And I'm putting it on into the blue, and then I'm just blending the two shimmers together, and that's going to be a very smooth transition. Now I think I'm going to put the berry color, which I was originally planning on using. I think I'll do something with those on the lower lash line because I do want to tie into my shirt in some way. And I don't know if you can see, my shirt starts off gray, then it goes like a creamy white, and then there's burgundy. This burgundy color is the entire lower half of the shirt. And so far, my look is not playing into that at all. So let's see what I can do next. I want to keep this a bit more on the cool tone side. I have silver jewelry on and my shirt is more cool toned. I'm going to take a small blending brush and grab Notre Dame from Passion in Paris. And I'm going to start this on my inner corner in the lower lash line. This is just a base, really. it's not bringing a lot to the look. It's just bringing a tint of a more peachy skin tone shade for me. And I'm carrying that in the first 2/3 of the lower lash line. And now with that same blending brush, I'm grabbing the shade Pompadour from Passion Paris, which is the lighter of the 2 red mattes, and I'm putting this in my outer corner. So here I'm finally grabbing a shade which ties into my shirt. But again, this is more of a, it's not a true red, it's more of a berry-ish kind of red. And so when it's blending with the blues in the outer corner, and when you look at it with the purples over here, it's all pulling a little bit more purple, which is okay. For my inner corner, I'm going to take a smaller flat brush and take the shade Hot and Fresh. And I will spread that on my brush. I love the white tone shimmers within both of these palettes. They are beautiful inner corner highlights. The Blueberry Muffin palette has a shade called Sugared, which is a very icy white. And then Hot and Fresh is a little bit more silvery. And then the Passion Paris palette has a shade called Louvre, which is, again, more of an icy white. So I'm taking Hot and Fresh and putting that on my inner corner here, and carrying it down a little bit onto the lower lash line. This is just a lovely pop of brightness at the inner corner. Because of the shades around it, you can't really see the shadow that I put right here. I mean, you know that I did put something there, but it's hiding now among everything else. So I've got a very small blending brush. I'm just going to grab the shade Delish from Blueberry Muffin, which is the lighter of the 2 blue mattes, and I'll place that down in a very thin line, kind of bridging the gap between this. Now I've got red, white, and blue, don't I? Bridging the gap between this white and this outer berry shade. Okay, I don't want red, white, and blue on my lower lash line, so I'm now going back into Sacré-Cœur, which is the purple matte, and just placing it over top of that blue. I'd rather the purple carry through, and that will mirror the purple that I placed up top. Okay, I think this video is going live after I tell you about my most recent ColourPop haul, which was basically the ColourPop haul of somebody who's on a low buy, and I spent just enough to get free shipping, and I didn't buy any eyeshadow palettes. I bought liners and lip oils. This is a new liner in my collection. It's purple, and I'm really excited about it because I've been wanting a purple for a while. It is called Champs. It is ColourPop's Creme Gel Liner, and I'm going to put this in the waterline because I'm just excited to have a purple, honestly. Just so you know, in case you're curious, everything that I use is linked below in the description box. If it's discontinued, I'll put a note next to that because I do tend to buy secondhand. The stuff I own which is not discontinued. So everything I'm using is linked if you are interested in what it is or where to get it. That information is below. So that's the eye look. I'm going to go off camera and do the other side, and I'll be right back to close out this video. Okay, here we go. All is said and done. I didn't do any eyeliner at all. I just didn't want to, honestly. On my face, I'm wearing the Tre Luce blush in the shade Vacation. I will link this down below if it's available. The Frosé palette from BH Cosmetics for a little bit of highlighter. I put on some mascara, and then on my lips, I'm wearing a ColourPop lip oil in the shade Hey. That's everything, and I think that the eye look is really pretty. I feel like it is similar to something I've done before, but I don't remember. It's been ages, which means it was time to play with them again. So there you go. As far as pre-filming goes, I think I've done a good job, and I'm proud of myself for filming an entire month of content to give myself a bit of flexibility and leeway when I take a break after having a baby, because I really, really enjoy this hobby. I love the creativity that it gives me, the outlet, the people that I've been able to meet and converse with in the comments. My subscribers are all super nice. I just really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And I wanted to be able to partake in that community and that environment, even though I was not actively filming. So I'm very happy with my success here. I think I don't need to pre-film anymore because honestly, at this point, I have videos scheduled out through the beginning of March. And I know that I'm going to be jonesing to get back into the routine after I've rested a bit from having a baby. And there's also the very real element that at some point, my videos are not going to be topical anymore. If I'm filming that far in advance, whatever I have to say is pertinent to life right now. And when you guys watch it in March, it's just not going to matter anymore. So I don't want to film so far in advance that I stymie myself or put myself in a position where I have to go back and try to remember what I said or reference things and be like, well, I was pre-filming. At some point it gets a little silly. So I'm not going to do any more pre-filming. I'm just going to play with eyeshadow in my off time. Maybe I'll do some reels. Maybe I'll do some of the little YouTube shorts with music and makeup and just have fun with color. At the end of the day, this is my hobby and I love to play with eyeshadow and I love to play with colorful eyeshadow. I have to get out of the mindset of sharing every single thing because it doesn't really matter if it's for me. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm done pre-filming. I have to set a limit for myself and I've done a good job, and now it's time to get the house ready to have a baby. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and this eyeshadow look. Check the description box for links to everything that I'm wearing. Remember to like and subscribe before you leave. I'd love to have you stick around. And until I see you in my next video, I hope you have a great day.